Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Foundation Galactic Frontier video. Today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that can help you grow or can just make your life easier on playing this game. There are some features that are not really visible and I am here to show you some of them. There could be of course many more tips and tricks that I'm not mentioning in this video. Maybe I forgot some, maybe I don't know some, but we are here to help each other, of course, and yeah, let's get right into it. My first tip would be to max out your GVG tech as soon as possible. If you look at the resource tree, you see that my guild duel tech is max level. This means that I get the most out of all the resources I put in the GVG. Now with the server versus server event, this might not be as efficient as before, but I think it's still first tech that you should max out because it's also the easiest one to max out. First of all, you should definitely try to get this tech because it unlocks all the chests together with the first one. And the last three are pure for damage increase, for damage decrease, uh, as you see here. You can postpone them if you are not really engaging in the PvP days, but I highly recommend that you play together with your team in those battles and that you do your best to get as many points as possible. And also these last three techs will definitely help you out on getting the most points. Now the second tip I want to give you is to try to focus on your kinetic champions first. And when I say kinetic champions, I mean the ones you can get fairly easily. Uh, so that means Cocoon, Zora, and also Eva, because the kinetic ship is the easiest ship to upgrade and it's the easiest one to stay at a high level of giving damage. And also with Cocoon, a lot of defense on the kinetic ship. If you go to look at mine, we see that there's a huge difference between my kinetic and the other two ships because I mostly focus on the kinetic just because the damage that Zora gives is insane together with the bonus damage that Eva gives Zora. And that brings us to our next tip, that you should try to max Zora, even though it will be pretty hard. You get those champ fragments, you don't need to buy them. You can just do runes, which will give you universal champ fragments. Where are they? Right here. And with those you can upgrade your Zora to max level. She's one of the greatest damage dealers in the game, and to be fair, you pay the least amount of money to get her, and she does great damage. She's definitely there at the top, and her ability is intelligence based. So as you see, it gives intelligence damage. This one also increases the intelligence damage, and here increases the damage of her active ability, which is again intelligence. The middle power is the ultimate ability. It's this middle one you unlock after maxing a champ, but those upgrades are for the whole formation, not only for a champ, which is great, but you won't need it. It's important to have at least one champion that is maxed out for each energy type so that your formation gets a little bit stronger in total. So it's definitely worth to max a champ and to only focus on one champ at a time. For example, I mostly focused on my kinetic, as you see. My Eva is almost full blue, which means that I unlock her one of her last abilities. When you get your champions to blue, so not this diamond, you awaken all of their abilities, all of their space abilities. So as we see, Eva gives extra formation intelligence, which helps Zora to deal even more damage. So that's why this is the second champ you should upgrade, because Cocoon, you max her out without even realizing it because you get her in a lot of ways. I will make a different video on champions that will be going to more details because we have a lot of champions, and with those weapons there is some lot to talk about, but I will cover that in another video. But I wanted to point out that you should focus on your kinetic first to have a strong ship in your formation that can lead rallies, that can deal a lot of damage. And the next tip is also connected to the ships and the formation and the damage, because if we go into technology, if we go into our research and we go to the combat craft modification, which you unlock at core 30, I mean core 25, I believe. Yes, you can upgrade your tech so you reach T7, but that's a long journey. I wanted to show you here that I upgraded my kinetic damage here a lot and also my HP, and I'm now planning to upgrade the defense and the HP of my secondary ships. Why? Because a lot of people target your weakest ships in battles, which means that they die very quickly. If you upgrade the defense and HP of those two ships, your gram or your kinetic or whichever ship you have as your strongest will have more time to deal even more damage, which will give you in return more points. You also get glory and points from getting your ships defeated, but that's another story. So you get points with your secondary ships either way. Quick next tip is to always use your opportunity to do legendary trading. It just reduces the time your ships is traveling around the system, which means that people have less time to hack you. Another short tip is that you should upgrade your engine as fast as possible, because this will help you to run from big players that are chasing you. And if you haven't this upgraded a lot, they will just hunt you down and you won't even be able to run away, because their ships will be just faster, and they will constantly deal damage while you're not getting anything out of it because you're running away and not dealing damage. And the engine will help you escape them so you can repair and go back into the battle. A strategy for Valor Arena, I want to thank Blackjack27 for this tip, is that, let's say for example, we go into this challenge. So this is a perfect example because this player has the basic lineup here. Now with this lineup, if we start this, we will see that all the ships will attack the middle one first, and afterwards these two ships on the side will attack each other solo. That means that after the first ships are defeated, these two side ships will just 1v1 each other. Now, if we, for example, put our opportunity first, because as mentioned before, our kinetic is the strongest one, so we want to keep it alive as much as possible. We now have a formation in a line that will attack this ship after the first one is defeated in the middle. As an example, I will show you this. So as you see, his three ships are attacking my opportunity and all my ships are attacking his kinetic. And look at those two side ships, they both went to the right, which means that after this first ship is destroyed, my two ships will not 1v1 the side ships of his. My two side ships that are both on the right will also will target just his opportunity in this case. So I'm stronger than this guy, so my middle ship won't die here so fast. But look, my two ships are now attacking his side, and it's like a 2v1. Normally this would attack one of these two, and this one would attack a different one. But now this isn't the case. We just keep forward and we see that we won. But this tactic is good to use against people who are stronger than you. Now the next tip is that you should use only damage dealers in your formation when playing Calamity. This will ensure that you deal the most damage, and in server versus server that will help you a lot, because in day 3 and day 2 you need to do the... Oh, it's not showing. Oh, it is. You need to do the highest damage in Calamity. Right here. Damage dealt by the server during the Calamity befalls. So that means that you remove Cocoon, for example, from this formation and add Lani or Ryan. This depends obviously on which champions you have, but this is a general tip for everyone to just swap out your healers and only add supports that help you deal more damage, or literally damage dealers. Another tip on the Calamity event is that to deal more damage, most of the people are here in Sarnas, but for example, it also spawns in Hadil or Narvon, I think. And the thing is, you have to go to a place where there are less people around, because you will be able to deal more damage. The Calamity is not dealing any damage to you, or very minor damage, so you won't even feel it, but that will help you to deal more damage because you have more time and you're the only one that deals the damage. And in Sarnas, in the middle one, in the middle system, there are a lot of people dealing damage, which kills the Calamity faster, which means that those 10 seconds breaks in between the waves are coming much quicker, and you have to wait more time to deal less damage than going solo. So that, together with adding champions that only deal damage, will definitely help you do millions and millions of more damage. Another quick tip for Battle Trial is that you can spawn a ship. I will show you an example with an Ascendancy minion. It will, if you go in your planet, in this inner ring, yes, you will receive less major damage, almost none. I will show you with a minion because I've already finished my battle trial. But as we see, if we attack and we kite the enemy in, and it's important that only our ship is in this inner ring. Oh, we have a little bit of trouble here. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Just make sure to not kite too far away. And as we see now, we are not taking any damage. If we go on the report, we see some major damage, but that was also dealt because I was outside of the ring most of the time and my ship is much stronger than this minion. But it's a really great tip to do those final level 9 stage or level 10 stage even. It will just help you not spend so many repair modules. Speaking about repair modules, there is a way to get more than the max available that you have. If you put your ship on a auto join on AI, you will see that this repair will drop by 50%. This is not a bug, but the game takes 50% away of the repair models just to repair your ships after each rally you do in auto. Now, if we just go and speed up the process until we're back at max, we can then leave the auto join and we will see that we will have 300 available. We can do this one more time and again speed up, use some resources, and if we disable the auto join, we will have 338k repair modules to start our PvP day, which will definitely help you out in those battles because it can be very costly. The last short tip is to always have your ships trading. After the urgent deliveries are done, you should go farm coins because coins are really important for tech, for upgrading your flagships, for upgrading your components from your flagships. So coins are definitely one of the resources that are harder to get. I have a lot of them because I've always been sending my my ships to trading. So that's the last tip I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like so I can make another one with tips and tricks. For the future, I'm definitely planning to make a more detailed video on champions, on their weapons, because that's a really big topic to cover and I want to do that in one video, and it would probably be a longer one. Um, Definitely I want a video on flagships, on PvP tips. So yeah, this was the video for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope that those tips and tricks helped you out. If there are tips and tricks that you know, please leave them out in the comments. I will add them in the next video. I want to thank everyone in this server in 1051 for being part of this community and helping each other out with those tips and tricks, and make sure we are really enjoying the game and playing it as efficiently as possible. Of course, not everyone wants to do that, but that's their choice. We are not pushing anyone to do anything. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks. I hope that you didn't know some of them and that I could help you out today. I wish you all a very good day and we will see each other in the next video.